Okay, so student loan repayment is back, and the U.S. government is acting like that friend of yours back from 2006 that lent you $10, and now he wants his money back. Except, instead of texting you all the time, the U.S. government is getting ready to go ahead and take a piece of your paycheck every single week. And I've got 5 things that will happen if you decide, nah, I'm not going to go ahead and pay that. Oh, and there's a big uncomfortable truth about how black borrowers are being hit harder than other groups. And let's talk a little bit about why I think that is. And don't forget to stick around for the end of the video, because that last consequence for not paying your student loan, let's just say that it has to deal with your money, your future, and your grandmother's ability to ever co-sign for you ever again. So here's the deal. After a 3-year COVID pause, federal student loan payments are back. Like low-rise jeans and bell-bottoms, they're unwanted, uninvited, and worse than you remembered. So imagine this scenario. You're a borrower, right? And you go to check your bank account on payday, and I thought I got paid $1,300, but there's only $1,080 in your account. Well, boom, wage garnishment. The government just took a bite out of your direct deposit like it's a sandwich you left unattended at a cookout. So what's worse is after you've done your research, you find out that it's the federal government. It's not your Netflix account that's gone kind of crazy. It's the federal government that's garnishing your wages, and they can take up to 15% of your disposable income. But wait, you're thinking, I don't have any disposable income. Well, that's not how it works. The government can take up to 15% of what they deem to be your disposable income, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. But hey, if you think wage garnishment is the worst of it, oh no. Consequence number 3 is going to hit harder than your aunt's shade at Thanksgiving. So here's something we need to talk about. Student loan debt doesn't hit everyone in the same way. On average, black graduates owe about $25,000 more than white graduates. And 4 years after graduation, 48% of black borrowers are in default. Compare that with just 17% of white borrowers. So a lot of people are going to say, well, why, right? And of course, the usual suspects are going to talk about systematic financial disparities, employment gaps, generational wealth issues as to why this is the case. But let's take a look at some of these TikTok videos about people talking about why they're not going to repay. And you'll see that it's a lot deeper than that. It has to do with where people are willing to spend their money.
You're not getting a dime from me, Donald Trump.
I am not going to pay back my student loans.
If you stop making payments, we're going to see that.
I'm now stuck with $300,000 in student loans.
One way that you can hurt the government is through debt strikes.
So I know it's getting a little heavy for some of you guys, all this personal responsibility and whatnot. But if you're planning to ignore this, wait until you hear consequence number 4. And let me give you a hint. It rhymes with wreck your credit. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the 5 consequences when you decide that you don't want to pay Uncle Sam the money that you owe him. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. So the number 1 thing is wage garnishment. Now, we've already talked about that the federal government can take 15% of your disposable income. Not what you think is disposable, but what they think is disposable. One of the most awkward things here is that your employer is going to know that you're having a wage garnishment. Now, you've got to consider, okay, you may not care, but if you're looking for advancement opportunities, promotions, you got to think that they're going to know that you don't pay your bills. This says a whole lot about your character. Whether you agree with me or not, this could be a major issue for you. So I would try to make arrangements before it becomes a wage garnishment. The next thing is your tax refund seizure. Okay, so I know you were planning on using that money for some IKEA furniture. All you great single moms out there that are getting, $2,000+ per child, you're expecting this huge check. Well, if you owe, they can take the money out of that as well. So say goodbye to your tax refund checks if you owe Uncle Sam any money. So consequence number 3, your credit score will become a dumpster fire, okay? Your credit will go from maybe I'll get approved for this apartment to LOL, we can offer you a tent. Now, this may sound like not a big deal if you're not a person that keeps up with your credit, but also consider that your credit is being reviewed for most job applications. So getting that promotion or getting that dream job that you were thinking of, you might want to throw that out the window. All right, the fourth consequence that you might want to think about is loss of federal aid and benefits. Want to go back to school to escape your current student loans? Too bad, you won't be eligible for that aid, deferment, or forgiveness programs. It's like being kicked out of the club, but the bouncer still expects you to pay the cover. The number 5 consequence is legal action and collection fees. The government can sue you, tack on collection fees of up to 25% and garnishment of other federal payments, even Social Security down the road. Yes, they'll still be coming for your money when you're 72 and you're trying to buy Jell-O in peace. So I wanted to summarize it once again, the 5 consequences. Number 1 being wage garnishments. And here with wage garnishments, I want to remind you that it's not just a garnishment. You got to understand that your employer is going to know about this. And if you're not a private person, you don't care about that, well, just consider that that might affect your ability to get future employment with that employer because they know you don't pay your bills. Number 2, your tax refund is going to be affected. So if you're one of those people that every year you ball out on April 15th, well, that's not going to happen anymore. So just remember that. Number 3, your credit score is going to take a dive. A lot of people say, well, I don't care about my credit. Well, your credit affects everything from your car insurance rates all the way to your ability to be able to lease or buy a property. So you're talking about real generational wealth issues here. So if you don't take care of your credit, you're not going to be able to do anything in the future. Number 4 is loss of federal aid and benefits. If you guys are not paying your student loans, you're going to lose the ability to get other student loans or to get other federal programs. Who knows if there's another federal program coming up in the future that you won't be able to take part in. And last but not least, the legal action. Remember, the federal government bats almost 100% when they go after people. They never lose. Axe Diddy, okay? All right, thank you guys for hanging in to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. Now, my advice to you is going to be, don't listen to that one lady talking about not paying the government. The government never loses. They're never going to stop. You cannot file bankruptcy on your student loans. You cannot eradicate them. It's going to ruin your credit. It's going to ruin everything in your life long term. Suck it up, Buttercup. Go ahead and pay your student loans. If you guys have got student loans or you're paying or not paying, let me know in the comments below. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching and have a great day.
Yeah, you got something. Why you tripping, Debo? Shut up, I'll knock your ass out.
Oh man, that's messed up. What you getting back this chain?
What chain?